What's up everybody, it's KB the Dragon. The Vault of Glass has brought us a lot of weapons, but none of them are as iconic as the Fatebringer. During year 1 of D1, it was an absolute staple in all in-game PvE loadouts. But how does it stack up today? Let's find out. And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe for more Destiny content like weapon reviews, build videos, and more. Anyway, let's get back to Fatebringer by first looking at its stats and perks.
Never seen a warg at 1 standing around.
Fatebringer is a kinetic 140 RPM adaptive frame hand cannon. As of the recording of this video, it's one of the 2 kinetic adaptive hand cannons that are not sunset, including the Dire Promise. Being an adaptive frame is sturdy and reliable, meaning that its stats are well rounded across the board, making it a jack of all trades weapon. Luckily, it comes with the right collection of perks that cater to a lot of playstyles and builds. Notable perks in column 1 include Arrowhead Break, which makes a recoil direction 100 with no negative drawbacks like Chamber Compensator. Hammer Force Rifling is also good for a nice bump in range, and Small Bore for a healthy +6 in both range and stability. Column 2 has standard favorites like Accurized Rounds for more range, Steady Rounds for a bump in stability, making the gun more consistent during gunfights at the cost of just a little range, and Tactical Mag for an extra bullet in the magazine, as well as some reload speed and stability. And this perk makes the mag an even 12, which plays nicely with the new perk Rewind Rounds. Which brings us to column 3, which is where it starts to get interesting. Fatebringer has some powerful perks in the last 2 columns. Like all other weapons from Vault of Glass, Fatebringer has access to Rewind Rounds. This interesting perk refills your magazine when empty based on the number of hits. So if you land all the hits in your mag, Rewind Rounds will give you half of the magazine back. Pair that with Tactical Mag and you'll be able to get 6 back, then after emptying it again, you'll have 3. Rewind Rounds only works twice before making you reload like normal, but this perk can give you 21 bullets to work with, which is amazing for a hand cannon, and doesn't rely on special ammo bricks like the perk Overflow. We also have old favorites such as Killing Wind and Explosive Payload to boost consistency, with Payload being my personal favorite, since it works on every single trigger pull. We even had a new perk Tunnel Vision, which boosts aim assist and ADS speed for a short time. It's new, but it combos extremely well with Kill Clip, and Kill Clip is found in column 4. So now we're in column 4, so let's start with Firefly. This is the perk that put Fatebringer on the map in the D1 days, and now it brings even more to the table. Headshot kills cause enemies to explode with cellular damage, which can create Warmind cells, boosting the utility of this weapon even further. It also gives a nice 45 bump to your reload for 6 seconds to keep you in the fight. My role with Explosive Payload and Firefly is part of my current favorite Hunter PvE build. Comment if you would like to see it in action. The rest of the perks range from good to amazing. We have Opening Shot and Eye of the Storm, which helps the consistency of your gun. One helps at the start of every fight, and the other while you're losing to hopefully prevent your death. Kill Clip, Frenzy, and the new perk Adrenaline Junkie for extra damage, and it depends on your playstyle. As you can see, this gun has the potential to be whatever you need. So what's the guide roll? That depends. So let's start with PvE. There are 2 ways to build Fatebringer for PvE. On this build, we have the classic combination of Explosive Payload and Firefly, with Flared Magwell for extra reload speed, as well as a reload masterwork to tie with Firefly, and Small Bore for a nice bump to your range and stability. Headshot kills proc Firefly, and Explosive Payload helps to deal with damage to bunched up adds. The next PvE role is all about sustained damage using Rewind Rounds in combination with Frenzy. You also have Tactical Mag and Polygonal Rifling for stability for easy crits. Pair with a backup mag to have 14 rounds in the magazine with Rewind Rounds. You should be able to squeeze out around 24 to 25 rounds, which only gets better when you add the 15% damage boost from Frenzy, alongside an extra 50 handling and reload speed. With this build, you can have crazy sustained damage on bosses or even while tearing through trash mobs. Next up, let's look at the PvP side of things. The 2 roles I'm going to show you are potential versus consistency. So let's start with potential. Our first role is Small Bore, Accurized Rounds, Tunnel Vision, and Kill Clip. Tunnel Vision and Kill Clip go together extremely well. Tunnel Vision increases the consistency and snappiness of any weapon on crazy high levels. Paired with Kill Clip, it helps to make the gun more forgiving, making your optimal TTK easier to get, requiring 2 headshots and 1 body shot instead of 3 headshots. The only problem with this is that you have 2 perks that do absolutely nothing till you get a kill, which basically means you have a common weapon compared to anybody else, which could leave you at a disadvantage against other players with active perks on their guns. But when this gun is alive, it's crazy. The consistent PvP role is my absolute favorite. It combines Explosive Payload and Opening Shot to create something truly amazing. These perks together almost ensure that your initial shot will land. The explosive payload also allows you to hang with 120s since it carries 50% of your damage without damage fall off and can flinch your opponents, making your duels a lot easier. Opening shot starts the duel off right and explosive payload carries you home. If the Traveler blesses you with this role, lock it up ASAP. And last but not least, let's go over some PvP numbers. Being an adaptive frame hand cannon, Fatebringer deals 70 to the head and 47 to the body, leading to an optimal TTK of 0.87 seconds with 3 headshots and an absolutely terrible body shot TTK of 1.73 seconds with 5 body shots. And if you average that out, we have about a TTK of 1.3 seconds. As for range, at its absolute peak, your max range Fatebringer can give you around 32 meters, not including any buffs from Killing Wind. Now as you know more about the gun and what it can offer, let's go over my impressions from both PvP and PvE, starting with PvE.
Times may be dark, but we are Earth's greatest hope.
The role that I used for PvE testing is the D1 Explosive Payload Firefly combo. This made it a workhorse of a gun, especially with the artifact mod Energy Accelerant, so Firefly could deal even more damage. I found myself having to add a minor spec to my gun to kill the ass faster since 140 RPM hand cannons shoot stale marshmallows in PvE. But regardless of that minor setback, Fatebringer is fun to use in PvE, and Firefly alone makes this gun worth chasing. It can make Warmind cells, which can be used many ways and are extremely useful in in-game activities such as Grandmasters, and I bet even the hard version of Vaulted Glass. Also at this time, your only other option for PvE 140 kinetic is Dire Promise, and that gun is not known for its PvE perks. But now let's head over to PvP and see how this gun holds up in the Crucible.
The shard this, the shard that. What about the Crucible?
Until I was able to get my hands on the opening shot explosive payload role, I wasn't too happy with Fatebringer's performance in Crucible. Being a 140 and the meta for 120s does not help at all. To succeed in this meta, you have to find some way to perform with the 120s. My opening shot explosive payload does wonders for dueling, giving me a heads up starting the fight off right. An explosive payload allows me to contend with them at extreme ranges. Even if you're shooting in the air, explosive payload will snag some nice little damage on them while you're falling. Sadly, this gun is just a victim of the sandbox, and I can't suggest constantly farming for this gun where you can just passively get more Dire Promise or use Ace of Spades. If you can't get your hands on this weapon for PvP, you aren't missing out on much, and you have other easier options to get for 140 RPMs in the kinetic slot. And with that, let's wrap this review up. Fatebringer, besides its flaws, which is mostly due to the sandbox, is a welcome addition to any Guardians collection. With the right role, it can do amazing things and even hang with the best of its archetype and kinetic family. But at the same time, you're not at a disadvantage if you don't have a great role or can't even do the raid. So take your time and try not to stress it too much. And thanks for watching the video. If you want to stay tuned, I have a WeRan and Iron Banner with the role that I use for PvP. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Zone advantage is yours.
Zone advantage is yours. You've got nothing left to prove. The flames have ignited. Let the wolves hunt. Together, nothing can stop you. The flames have gone cold. You have the advantage. Press on. shut down. Have gone cold. Two zones are yours. Zone advantage is yours. Five minutes left. Sound tactics so far. I haven't met a warrior like you since the Dark Age. Guardians are saints, so polite. I think the city makes them that way. It's easy to be an angel in heaven. Understand? You're no saint. Two zones are yours. Together, nothing can stop you. Two down. You'd make an excellent scout. All of you together, like Iron Lords. Three minutes remain. Keep the pressure and you have them. You have the advantage. Press on. So many hunters lost, but you honor them. Two down. You have the advantage. Press on. Keep the pressure on. It's almost over. Together, nothing can stop you. That's it. You've won. Do you feel stronger? You should.